Why, hello there. Seems you've caught me at 10 in the morning after I've been awake since like 5 because I was a fucking idiot and I ate a bunch of bullshit for dinner. I got heartburn. Now I'm awake. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Could have saved it till breakfast. Over the last 2 to 3 months, everything has been completely screwed up for me. You know why? It's simply too many games. Everything's fallen behind. YouTube, streaming, my novellas. I mean, look, my room is a mess. Everything's falling apart. But I regret nothing. So in case you're wondering why there's arbitrary gaps of content and streaming here and there, here's a breakdown of what I've been playing or consuming off stream in my own time. Starting with Dave the Diver. And I don't even know how to explain this one. You know those types of things where people say like, well, I can't really tell you anything because that would spoil, like, it would break your expectations, right? You know, think like Haruhi Suzumiya or Breaking Bad or Undertale. I mean, Dave the Diver is like that. You have to play it to really get the full experience yourself and understand the sheer madness. I mean, I can try and tell you. Let's do it. Dave the Diver is a game where you play as a guy named Dave who cuts his vacation to return to his profession of being a diver. He catches fish with his harpoon gun and then provides them to a restaurant that he also helps manage. Dave meets all kinds of people along the way, and it's an insane journey that I enjoyed almost completely thoroughly. Now I'm gonna warn you, if you play this, it has a big slowdown right smack dab in the middle after like 8 hours or so. But if you can trudge through it, it's like indie bliss. From the moment I got on my flight to EVO 2023, I booted up the Steam Deck, played this whole mofo, and I beat it by the time I went home. Now it wasn't a smart idea, but I was that hooked. I highly recommend it to you myself. Also, amazing music. Speaking of EVO, Street Fighter 6. Now, I played this mofo at least as 5 times as much as Guilty Gear Strive since it's come out. You know the type of person I am. I don't like to rest on my laurels and just clock in, boot up some Nago, farm people with the same ass combos, do the same thing day in, day out. I want to be challenged and, you know, take on new frontiers, even if it's going to take some failure here and there, some salt. It's just part of learning. And Street Fighter 6 has given me that in full, reminding me of the fighting game fundamentals that aren't necessarily as important in other fighting games like Guilty Gear. You know, trying to find a way to win the neutral with Marisa, who isn't exactly completely well kitted. You know, it's been a great time. I've made so many new friends, gained new rivalries, been humbled by true pros at the game like Just a Kid and Flash Metroid. It's like grounding. And I want to continue trying to find my potential and do Marisa proud. Also, the discussion around the game like every week is so crazy. There's a new controversy every week. Can Masters fucking carried? JP's broken. Modern needs to be nerfed, which is the truth. Snake Eyes won a tournament with Zangief, who's completely worthless, by the way. I mean, you can consume Street Fighter without needing to play the game. It's always in the discussion, and it's worthy of that. It's fun, and Capcom should be proud. The game's sick, and I've recently picked it back up after a long break after EVO, so look forward to more Marisa content. You gotta be strong. Marisa bros. So moving on, games that made me replace sleep and eating with them. Tears of the Kingdom. What is there to even say? The game was crack. Compared to the first one, I mean, I don't even need to tell you. It's Breath of the Wild. If you know Breath of the Wild, you know what you're getting with Tears of the Kingdom, right? Compared to the first game, there were some problems that still held it back, like performance and some other woes with the combat system and difficulty curve causing some losses of tension or repetition. But you really have to be paying attention and thinking about that stuff the whole way through to break through the illusion of grandeur. Tears of the Kingdom. It's magic, you're flying in the air, it's a whole new world. Go on a journey. Eventually maybe it overstays its welcome, but DLC, I'm looking forward to it. Nintendo is gonna pump the shit out of DLC for this game. I know y'all Nintendo fans, I see y'all playing Scarlet and Violet and Sword and Shield. Y'all are just gonna eat up whatever Nintendo shits out. Yeah. Cool game. Anyways, and while I was playing Tears of the Kingdom, every other waking hour, I was watching Better Call Saul the whole way through.
When he strolled down the street, all the corner boys would give him the high five. All the finest babes would smile at him and hope that he would smile back. They called him Slippin' Jimmy, and everybody wanted to be his friend.
And everything people said about this show for years, I'll tell you what, it was the truth. This shit was godlike. I would say it's probably better than Breaking Bad, like a decent bit, but they're both masterpieces to me. It's long as hell, but I'm glad I watched through it. It was crazy. It's a little sad to know that there's not going to be any more Breaking Bad shows, but it's okay to let a good thing go. Think of Zelda. You don't need 150 hours. Maybe 100 hours is enough, right? So if losing my life to those wasn't enough, then came along Remnant II. I didn't get to play Remnant 1 with my friends very much, since it was a three-person game, and my spot got taken up by someone else. Peppery Splash, looking at you, motherfucker. But this time, I got to see most of the game with my friends, and goddamn, I could not get enough of this game. If I booted it up right now, I'd still be trying to make some crazy build work. Melee or something like that, trying to farm more classes. Addiction. Amazing encounter design, gameplay, environments, graphics, the story, the music. I was really looking forward to this game from the moment they started revealing the trailers and new content, and the wait paid off so much more than I thought. In retrospect, Remnant 1 was kind of a piece of shit compared to Remnant 2, wasn't it? It's not even close. I could boot the game up right now and keep on challenging myself to enjoy the game in different ways, try hardcore, learn more of the story, duplicate some more items so I stop running out of scrap. I mean, there's much more to do. A shame that something came along to rock my world almost immediately after that, and that was
delicious.
Baldurs Gate 3. Let me look at my playtime in Baldurs Gate 3. 100 hours. Shit. And it came out how long ago? 3 weeks? 4 weeks? I mean, I stopped eating. I stopped sleeping. Streaming. Hanging out. Going outside. My roommates barely even saw me. Playing fighting games. Locals? What are locals? Strive? What? I've always enjoyed tactical RPGs like Knights of the Old Republic, XCOM, Fire Emblem, and after playing through all of Divinity 2 like a few years ago, I was really looking forward to this one. Larian Studios, baby. Also, something that got me even more, gave me more of an itch, was watching the Dungeons and Dragons animated TV show Vox Machina, which was great. Highly recommended. I really wanted to get into some dungeon crawling, and Baldur's Gate 3 gave me more than I could ever have dreamed of. I could never expect this game to have so many different paths and permutations for your actions and decisions and quests and locations, classes and combinations, tactics to employ, wonderful characters, the feelings I had. Oh god, like Karlak, please marry me. Larian, y'all are miracle workers. The hype is real. Play this game. Play it for joy. But I kind of recommend, if you're used to strategy at all, play it on Tactician. If you want to know how my run went, I played by myself as a College of Swords bard. The class is sick. Usually when I play like D&D or dungeon crawler type games, I like playing rogues because I like stealth and I like solving problems in interesting ways. The panache and the mobility of the College of Swords bard filled that fantasy in like amazingly. They're more powerful than tabletop since a lot of their tools, like crossbows not needing to reload, flourishes double striking, it works more intuitively in the Baldurs Gate Divine Engine. I will say 2 things as a warning. Don't play Druid, they suck. And again, they really scale back the difficulty since it's going to be baby's first tactical RPG. So if you are a god gamer, play on Tactician as you quest through Sword Coast. Now, if that wasn't enough, there was Armored Core 6.
Time to fly, 621.
Boy, I don't think I've ever talked about this, but I am like an Armored Core super fan. I've been begging FromSoft for an Armored Core game for 10 years. I don't count Armored Core 5, that shit sucked, but I loved the old and Armored Cores like Armored Core 2, Armored Core 3, Master of Arena, shit like that, PlayStation. But my favorite of all of them was Armored Core for Answer. High speed, high intensity, maximum velocity, boosting around, mech action, PvP. If y'all know, y'all Xbox 360 gamers, y'all know. And when Armored Core 6 was finally announced, I couldn't believe it was real. Right after Elden Ring. It's beautiful. I don't even know what I can say to its benefit. It really is Armored Core. I don't know about these memes where it's like, oh, it's a Souls game, blah blah blah. I mean, there might be a boss or two that kind of make some in references, but that's fine. This is easily the best Armored Core ever. But there are some things that I can say that aren't good about it. Bosses that should be amazing and impactful were just exercises in frustration. Armored Core is a game about bringing the right tools to the job, but these bosses just have so much HP that they can be pretty constricting for playstyle. Looking at you, Balteus. And the more choices you have in equipment, the easier these bosses will be, making for like a reverse difficulty curve where it starts here and then it falls off a cliff. That didn't feel good. So where Balteus or Sea Spider is the hardest boss in the game, the final bosses were pushovers, even though it feels like it shouldn't be like that. I'm interested to see what the debate is going to look like in a couple months with the difficulty and people getting gatekept and this and that. So, things that I really love but haven't been playing and haven't been taking up my time, let's get a little section on that. There has been Magic the Gathering and the Modern format in particular. Now, I've been watching streams of my friends in the MTG community like Aspiring Spike, Doomwake, Anzi MTG, Young Dingo every single day for maybe hours at a time because it's good for background. Me personally, I was ready to start streaming Modern as a grinder just like them. But with the release of Lord of the Rings and the grip some of those cards have had on the metagame, I feel like a fish out of water, and especially the latest ban list really stung me with missing bans on the One Ring, Remnant II or Fury, cards that I think are just bad for the game and constrict the format and make the game feel bad as well. But, you know, I play Street Fighter and Guilty Gear. I'm a fighting game player. Maybe I'm just a fucking scrub and don't know any better, but sometimes it feels like Wizards of the Coast is just running their game into the ground in so many different formats. I'll probably give some leagues a try, but as I always say in Andre Mengucci's chat, I am the master of burning ticks trying to play my pet deck like so many other people, and that's no good for finances. If you're interested to see what decks I own in paper or decks I like to play, let me know in the comments. I'll see if I can make something for y'all TCG players. Also, Master Duel. My playtime on this shit fell off because they released sprites, runics, tiers, Kashtira, and as a humble Sky Striker and a branded player, I ain't going back. It just sucks ass to play. These metas suck. Fuck that. I don't even log in anymore. And I could do a whole section on music, but in general, I've been on a huge metal and classic hip-hop kick, listening to Cannibal Corpse, Alien Weaponry, Angelus, Apatrida, Iron Maiden, Metallica, Havoc, and on the hip-hop side, the Beastie Boys, Wu-Tang Clan, Tribe, Doom, De La Soul, Niggas with Attitude, dope stuff. I'm gonna be moving to one of my favorite genres soon, which is chill out, house, techno type stuff. If y'all got any recommendations, let me know. And I love Bonobo. Hell yeah. Bonobo, please come back to Chicago. I'm sorry I missed you. Might as well wrap it up. I don't want to keep you all here forever. It's nice to talk about things that aren't fighting games. And maybe we get to know each other a little bit better. I'll see y'all later. Peace. And thank you.